welcome, Opulence Nation, partners, and privileged guests around the world. Welcome all of you with my humble heart. Really, my name is Sarah Saeed, and I'm honored and privileged to be here tonight to welcome you. Really, I'm sweating, but does not matter. Ramir is here, I'm here, the program is going on. I love you, all of you. Welcome. So let me introduce who I love the most for this nation, to be honest. Ramin Masgarlo. Ramin is the founder and CEO in our company. It is really, who is Ramin? Ramin, I always say without him, this is my favorite time, really. Ramin, he's a winning person. To be honest, he's a gentleman who focused for winning. I say the person who win 102 Alif medalists, I am just beside that person all my life. I love it. Ramin, he make himself a millionaire. Age 25, he make himself a millionaire. He built more than 5 companies, including us, we will be more than 5. Multi-million business. He also create destinies of millionaires. I will be one of them for sure, and all of you. Ramin, he write the forensic book, and every Tuesday night he come here to sit with us, to teach us, humble enough, although he does not need none of these material things, but he actually care the best of the best for the people and better version for ourselves. So please, Ramin, humble heart, welcome to the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Listen, congratulations for you trying this. I know it's not an easy thing. And but you know what, you learned today and you grew today, right?
It's true, big time.
You only grow during adversities, and I've been on for a good 20 minutes. I tried to log in myself, but you know what, I could appreciate the heat you were on, and that's when we get better. That's where we grow. So we're all proud of you.
So true.
We're all proud of you. So it's all good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's go. Wow, the world tour is on. And, you know, things are happening everywhere. You know that, you see it. You see things are happening everywhere. And next, you know, first it was me, Asia, then Sanaz, you know, she was the, you know, category 5 hurricane called Opulence sweeping across the Caribbean. And Danny's heading to Asia. I'm heading to the Caribbean, not for the same reason, but for exit reason. Later on, you know, either me or someone else, next 6 weeks, we're going to be heading back to the Caribbean again, whether it's me or Danny or somebody, we're going to be there. And look, when we come to your country and you perform, we make a promise. We're going to be back next 6 to 8 weeks. That's how committed we are. 6 to 8 weeks. Our top people are just sizzled to get on the road. They want to go. We got this amazing news. Everything is going on with the company. We need to tell the world. So, you know, put yourself on the map. We have a world tour, sent an email to Danny. Danny, what about my country? And we take a look who's in the offline. I just made some major changes to the bonuses. We've made it so much easier for the offline to travel. Everyone's excited about that. So when we're doing these meetings and we're seeing crowds of 200, 300, and everywhere that we go, including small islands, we see a crowd of 200 people there. And so people are now coming to the question, because people are coming out in waves. And I told you guys, I've been telling you guys the last couple of years that, you know, pandemic is good for us, because now people who are not open to looking at opportunity, now they have no choice. They have to look at opportunity. And I've seen that last 33 years, because every time the economy collapses, people become more hungry to find something else to do. And sure enough, we see everywhere we go that people are coming out. So, but then that brings up the next question. People say, well, I had a bunch of guests. I don't know how to close my guests. like how do I? And okay, so we're going to talk a lot about that. Take notes, get a piece of paper. I'm going to teach you how you can 3x, basically from 100 for you to whatever your percentage is, to go up 3 times that percentage with today's techniques. So today I'm going to give you a 3x approach, 3x solution, 3x techniques, how whatever the ratio is, how to close your people. Or what we like to say is how to convert your prospects into partners, right? Converting your prospects into partners, closing. We're going to talk about that. So today's a big day because a lot of you guys have been bringing a lot of guests out. I really don't know what to do. Now, that's not unusual, by the way. Let me talk about this. Years ago, IBM had done a lot of studies, and we found out through their studies that like about 80% of salespeople are afraid to ask for a sale at the end of the presentation. Now, if that's true for salespeople, must be a lot worse for not salespeople. So it's not unusual. The best part about MLM is, though, we're not in a selling business, right? So we're in a sharing business and bonding business and building relationship business and friendship business, helping business. So that's the good news. So we don't need to. So I'm going to give you guys some key directions, very precise, simple steps, how to convert your prospects into partners. Are you ready? Are you ready? Blow it up. Let me see. Are you ready? Blow it up. Let me see. At the same time, get your people on. And if your people are not on this, I don't know where they are. They need to be on. All right. First things first. If you want people to join you, you need to be prepared, right? You need to be prepared. People will only join strength, not weakness. You got that? People will join strength, not weakness. Put that in the chat, write it down. That means you need to be prepared, because when you are prepared, you have confidence. So first thing we need to do, we have to be prepared. All right. So how do you prepare? Well, first of all, be excited, right? Be excited. You know, it's amazing about people, right? People say, well, you know, I don't know, you know, I'm kind of nervous. Like you buy a new car, you're excited to tell everybody about your new car. I'm excited to tell you about my car. You're moving to a new home. I'm excited about you to my new home. You buy new clothes. I'm excited. New vacation. I'm excited about my vacation. And those are the things that only you get to enjoy. You can't share any of that. Those are things that only you benefit from. And yet you get into a business that's going to change your world, change your country, change your team, and you're not excited to tell your prospect and friends and family about it? How does that work? You're excited if you find a new recipe, but then when it comes to your business that's going to change everything, going to blow it all up, and you know, set up not just for you, for your next generation, the next generation, next generation, and you're not excited to tell your friends and family and prospect about it? How? That doesn't even make any sense. So very first thing about, if you want your prospects to join you, very, very first thing, be excited that you can share with them, you know, about what this business is going to do for you. So number one, be excited. Number two, be confident. Now, I mean, I don't understand this one either. Like, if you are prospecting and if you have guests, right? That means you're already in the business. That means you've already made a decision that this is the best thing for you and your family. That's all you need to be confident. I mean, what's bigger than that? If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for your prospects, right? I mean, we're not going to recommend something we're not doing, but if you've done it, you're in LA, somebody says, well, you know, in my country, there's not a lot of money there, yet they live in that country and they did the LA themselves, but they're making an assumption because some people complain. They make an assumption people cannot come up with the money to go to LA. I mean, your confidence comes from what you did. If you're in LA, you should talk about it in LA. That's it. If they can't do it, let them decide. Let them decide, not you thinking you're making an assumption, a blanket, well, the country's broke. No. And we see this happen. By the way, guys, do you have any idea what is our LA ratio last 2 months? You want to take a guess? Throw some numbers. You know where we've been, right? We've been to the Philippines. We've been to multiple cities in the Philippines, multiple cities in Thailand. We've been to multiple cities in Trinidad and Tobago. We've been to Dominica. We've been to multiple cities in St. Lucia. Do you have any idea? These are not exactly London or France, right? So, you know, yeah, you're actually pretty right. It's well over 95%. And yet you make an assumption that we don't get any brand partners. I think we have like a few handful of them in the entire month. Everybody is going for it. So don't make an assumption. You did it, right? If you did it, so where is the lack of confidence? If it was good enough for you and your family, if you found the money, then you lead with that. You did it. Let them decide. They follow you, right? They follow you. And if you're confident, guess what? Even if they don't have the money, they'll find the money. If they don't find, look, these are the same people, by the way, that if the car breaks down tomorrow, costs $1,300, I'll find it. If the car breaks down, if the home breaks down, something breaks, if they need $1,300, they'll find it. That means they can find it. I would argue this is more important than fixing your car, because fixing your car is consumption. This business can change your life, can change your future, your family's future. So if they can find the money for the car, for the restaurant, for the beer, for the vacation, they can find the money for this. So number one, be excited. This is the most exciting thing you can tell anybody. More than the car, more than the home, more than vacation, more than that clothes, jewelry, or watch. This is the only thing you can talk to people with full confidence. Why? Because you did it. If you did it, what's bigger than that, right? Someone, and then you can be confident talking to people about getting in and getting in at the LA level. Number three, you want to compete like an athlete. Don't play the scared, okay? Don't play the scared. Listen, winning, remember, people will join strength, right? Not weakness. People will join strength, not weakness. So play to win. Act like a champion, like an athlete. Play to win. Compete. You know, you're not, when you go to the post tour, it's okay, it's time for me to perform. Your prospect is sitting there. Your prospect expects you to perform, because after the tour, the prospects are usually confused. They're looking for a leader. They're looking to be led. So when you get to the post tour, you need to compete like an athlete. You're going to win for them, the prospect. You're going to win for yourself. You're going to win for your team. You're going to win for your country. You're going to win. So post tour, you're not there. No, it's time to compete. You got to go. Your prospect. By the way, you've done the hard work. By the time the post tour comes, like 66% of the job is already done. It's the last 1/3. You gotta get mentally prepared for the post tour. When the post tour comes, you're ready to compete and you're ready to win. You're ready to win for your prospect because they need this. You got excited, you're confident, right? And you are going to compete, making sure that they get on the team so you can win, they can win, the team can win, the country can win. Now, I'm going to talk about how you can be this confident, because again, it's not that what we do, all the systems are in place. This is opulence. We got Forensic Networker here. We have the most advanced training in the world. It's simple when you look at it and learn it. But when you don't learn our system, then it's no difference whether you're here or any other company that doesn't have the system. You can, if you're not utilizing and learning the systems, what's the difference between this than any other company who doesn't have the system, the training, the knowledge? If you're going to do an S600 Mercedes-Benz and you're going to drive it like a Yugo Sport, and you don't look into the computers and all the beautiful dash and get into the system and the performance, you're going to drive it like a Yugo Sport, well, then I guess what difference does it make then? Right? It doesn't make any difference. So you have to utilize the systems, the trainings, and we're going to talk about what to do. So number one, you get excited. Number two, you be confident. Number two, you compete for them, for you, and for your team, country, company, whatever it is. Don't go to the post-tour defeated. They're looking for you to lead, right? Lee Iacocca, the most powerful, I guess the most well-known US executive, wrote in his book, more money is lost in America due to non-decision than bad decision. Let me repeat. More money is lost due to non-decision, means no decision at all, than bad decision. In other words, what Lee Iacocca was saying, make a decision. A bad decision is better than a no decision. More money is lost in America due to no decision than a bad decision. We want people to make those decisions. We don't want them to go home and get no decisions. And it's our job. It's our job. It's our job to help them make that. Your prospect expects you to help them make that decision. So you go to post-tour. Remember, you gotta be excited after the tour. I would say, hey, listen, now you know why I'm so excited about this. Now you know why I got into this, because I can tell you, by the way, this stuff should have been told before the tour, right? It's part of lack and trust. But I'm gonna reiterate after the tour. Again, I'm doing this because I'm not gonna go through this pandemic and do what I've been through the last 2 years next year ever again. I'm never gonna get locked down again. My parents are never going to suffer again. My kids will never suffer again. I'm never going to get, lose my job. I'm never going to be told whatever it is for you. And you know what? Let me show you why I chose the LA package. Let me show you the benefits of the LA package. And so after the tour, you're ready to tell them why you're doing this. They've heard it before from you. You're reiterating what it is, why you're doing this. And you're asking them to join you. Asking for the sale is the most important thing. So let me show you, Janet, how you can achieve your dreams through this company. Let me show you. Now, tonight we're going to talk about something very, very important. Very, very, very important, because we have now a post-tour closer, right? When we first got started in 2005, we had this closer. You know what it was? It was called the Power of LA, because you guys are new, you don't know about this. Many of you don't know. LA, we're the only company that LA gives you 3 positions, right? Not 1, 3. And the other 2 are right below number 1, which means once you build number 1, the other 2 already built. One side is already built. Nobody does that. Nobody lets you double dip or triple dip on the same volume. Nobody, right? When you top this up, they give you something down here, but so we had this as a closer. Why you should go LA? And back then it was 3,600 US, 3,600 US. So we told people why you should spend 3,600 US, which is 5,000 Canadian. So because when you do LA, you get 3 centers. When you cap this up at 10,000 a week, then you can go ahead and top the other 2, and the 2/3 of volume is already built. People saw value on that. Because you could take BC2 and partner with somebody and you go 50-50. So you build 2 already, they could do a small leg, you can partner up. We had this thing called Power of LA, and that was our closer. And people bought $5,000 Canadian for the LA. Today, LA is $1,300. It's a fraction of the cost, right? We have a new closer, which must be implemented in the tour. Must be implemented in the tour. If you don't do this, you're going to reduce your close ratio by 2/3. That's how important it is. Because I believe this closer will 3x your closing, 3x your closing ratio. So let me go into the psychology of this a bit. When your prospects looks at the business, they're looking at 2 things. Number 1, what's the business? And that's the tour, right? The tour will tell them what's the business, but that's not enough. That's not enough, because I don't think anybody looks at the tour and doesn't love it. I think everybody would love it. What's there not to love? If fashion, health, beauty, what's there not to love? Everybody loves the tour. Every tour is exciting. But the reason why some people won't get in is because they don't think they can do it. So there's two parts to this, to winning, two parts to closing. Number one, what's the business? The tour will do that. Number two, how you do the business. Because they see the tour, they're excited, but like, I've never done this, or I tried something like this, didn't work before, or I don't know, and Sally tried this 30 years ago. They got the stuff going on. They're not clear because to them, there's no path, right? And while they're going between, it sounds good, I don't know what to do, sounds good, I don't know what to do, sounds good, I don't know what to do, that causes confusion in their head. And that's draining them. And as good, then what you're gonna hear at the end of the tour is, you know, I'm still gonna go home, talk to my husband or wife, or I don't know, I'm gonna think about it. So this is what you get, because there's a battle going on in here, So so what your job as a sponsor is make sure that doesn't happen. So we have now a closer. So once the tour is finished, the tour is very short right now, right? 20 minutes for the tour, 10 minutes testimonial. Then you go right into part number 2, which is how you do the business. It's the path. So there's two parts to getting it closed. Number 1 is the plan. That's the tour. Number 2 is the path. If they don't see the path to how to make money, they're going to sleep on it because they've never done it before. They don't know how to do this. They've never done it before. So yeah, it sounds good, but I don't know how to do this. How many times you see something you like, but you don't know how to use it, you can't afford it, right? So yes, it looks good, sounds good, but I don't know how to get that. Show them the path. The plan is part 1. The path to making money is part 2. You put this together in a tour, you got yourself a new partner. You got yourself a new LA. So again, you want to make sure after the tour, it's not their job. It's not your prospect's job to come up with a decision. It's yours to lead the decision. They're not going to make a decision. A lot of them are afraid to make a decision. Of course, we're not talking about the ones who get excited to get in, whatever, because they got in right away because he had like and trust with them, maybe because of the research before, maybe they just that part of the time in their life, they're ready to go. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the other group that are there and they're excellent candidates, but they're just not there to make a decision on their own. Don't abandon them in a decision mode. You have to lead the decision. They will follow you. They follow your confidence or draw from that. You got to lead. That's what I'm saying. You go into a post tour, go there with excitement, with confidence, and go to compete. You're not going to let that person go back to the life that they had before they came to the tour tonight. If the life was that great before they got here tonight, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be here. The reason why you're here is because things aren't great. And our job is to make sure, I know they're scared, you're scared, I get it, but I'm here, we have a team, we built together, we go, right? And how you do that by sharing your excitement, showing your targets and your goals. Remember the like and trust factor, right? The like and trust. If they're going to bond with you, commonality with you, they see your confidence, they're on your team because there is no other team. There is no other team. They go home, they're back to where they were. You show them that this is the team they need to hang with, they will come and they'll hang with you. They will come and they'll hang with you. So remember one thing, people are not necessarily looking for a business because that's work. They're not necessarily looking for better products. They're looking for a better situation. They're looking for solutions. They're looking for partners. They're looking for help, right? We bring all of that. We bring all of that in our packages. So it's important, guys. It's important that we lead the decision. And when it comes to post-tour, you got to bite your tongue till it bleeds. Because sometimes, we just, yep. When we see a prospect get excited, guess who else is getting excited? Us, right? They get excited, we get excited. So and here's emotions. Here's how human emotion works. When you give somebody a proposal, products, or opportunity, the emotions go up, right? Emotions go up. But guess what happens? Peaks and valleys, right? So eventually, an hour later, it balances out and starts to decline. They're draining up. So the top people, it's going to take time for you to get there, but we're making it easier with our systems. Is the best people will ask for the sale right where it starts to turn. They ask for the sale because they know then they're going to get drained and they won't get a decision, right? So it's important, right, that you keep the conversation posted very simple and very precise. Anything they needed to know about the product, they already heard in the tour. You don't need to reiterate 100 things. Of course, if you have a couple of questions, you answer the questions, but we don't need to give them 50 testimonials. We don't, right? We won't, because that's not relevant to the sign-up process right now. It's not relevant to what you're trying to accomplish. Right now, what we're trying to accomplish is get them on the team. Right now, what we're trying to accomplish is get them out of the life they're in. Right now, we're trying to help this family. It's not about that one more testimonial. It isn't. It's about getting them on the team and all of their situation. So you want to keep the conversation simple, and precise. And that is 2 packages. Second one takes you to about $1,300 in the first month, and then 5 figures next 4 to 5 months. Would you like to see how? Right? So remember, the tour is the plan, but that's not enough. The path is the closer, and the fast track to 5 figures. There's your path. I might want to go somewhere with a car, but if I don't know how to get there, if I don't know the path, I may or may not try it. I want to go there, but if I don't know how to get there, I may or may not try it. That's your tour. That's your prospect. They see the tour. We're a very professional company. We got state-of-the-art products. They love everything they're seeing. They just don't see a path yet. You need to show them the path. Because if you don't show them the path, what's going to happen is they're going to say, you know, it sounds good, but I'm not like him. I'm not like her. I could see them doing it because it looks like they know what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where to even start. That's what's going on here. So you got to give them the path. And in our business, the path is the pathway to 5 figures. We have a new document, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new document. It's going to be released this weekend. Daniela will release that. We've taken the old path for the 5 figures, which, by the way, I wrote 22 years ago, which, by the way, is responsible for my first $1 million in MLM. I've talked about this in my forensic seminars forever, right? 20 somewhat years. So if the pathway to 5 figures is responsible for my very first $1 million in MLM as a distributor. So we've taken that now, we have updated it. Now that's the pathway to 5 figures, a 12 to 18 month plan. We added a next section to it. It's called fast track, not pathway, fast track to 5 figures. 1,200 the first month. Month 4, month 5, you're talking about in the 5-figure category. See, you tell someone says, okay, sounds good. So how do you make money? Let me show you how you get $1,200 next 4 weeks, next 30 days. See, now I see the path. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to find out who you know, get everybody in this box called the MO box. We're going to show the plan to every single one of them. And every 3, one of them would say yes. And in that end of this month, you're going to make $1,200. Simple? I see the path. I know a lot of people. So we show the plan to everybody, and out of 3, one would say yes. And you know what? We could do better than that. Our plan, our averages may be better than that. Many people, by the way, everybody that I've talked to in the last 2 months that just come out, they said they have a much higher average. They're 2 for 2 or 2 for 3. I've not heard somebody say they didn't hit them 1 to 3, one of the 3. People are saying they got 2 of 2 for the month. That means they just didn't do 4. Right? Remember, we have to do 12. We have to do 12 tours. They didn't do 12, but they had a better average. If they would have done 12, they would have made more than $1,200 in 30 days. So you know why it works so well? because has nothing to do with talent. It has everything to do with some basic, simple steps that anyone can take. The tour is 20 minutes, 10 minutes of testimonials, and another 20 minutes into the fast track to 5 figures. So I see the plan. Oh, next 30 days, we show the plan to everybody I know. I make $1,200. That's simple. Everybody gets that. But you don't show them the path. They're going to leave the meeting after you put millions of data in their head. They're going to say they're exhausted. They're going to go home because they still, after all of that conversation you did post-tour, was not relevant at all to the process of them signing up. Well, they're exhausted. They're absolutely exhausted. So we want to keep the conversation very precise and simple and relevant to the stage that we're in. The stage that we're in, they saw a plan, we need a decision. The decision is made not just on the plan, decision is made on plan, path, decision. If we show them plan, path, we talk about the decision. If somebody's not quite ready yet, I'll answer the question. Is there anything else I can clarify for you? Is there anything I can clarify for you? Right? Join our team. I would say things, not things that are hard on the brain. Join our team. Let's go build together. This is our country. It's our nation. This thing's happening everywhere. I want this market. We can own this market. That type of conversation that's easy on the brain, is motivational. Guess what? They're not getting it out there. They are not getting this type of inspiration out there. They're getting it here. They're getting it with you. So keep the conversation simple. Let's go, Johnny. Welcome home. Let's go build this together. Let's go put $1,200 in your jeans next 30 days. The path. And let me tell you, I will even tell you this. The path is even more important than the plan. The path is even more important than the fundamentals of the business. How do we know that? Because there's a lot of scams that's going on in the world. They have no product, no company. You don't even know who owns the CEO. They have no office. And yet they're growing. You know why? Because they only have a path. They don't have a plan, but they only have a path. They make a lot of money, hype. So they're pushing the path to riches. Although there's no company, there's no office, there's no CEO, there is no product. And yet people are joining those scams. You know that. That goes to tell you, that's going to show you how important the path is. Sometimes we rely too much on the fundamentals of our business because it is loaded with fundamentals. We are loaded with goodness. We are loaded with stuff that we want to brag about, right? We're loaded with that. But see, and we're proud of that. That's what we want to get it out because we're proud of all the stuff that's going on that we know about these products, about this company. The thing is, though, that's not for that night because that once we go past tour, we're in a stage of closing and decision. And none of that's going to make that happen. We need to keep the conversation simple and precise and relevant to the stage we're in, which is the decision. You saw the plan, you saw the path, let's go. We got 30 days. Everybody, will see the plan of every 3, 1 converts, you make $1,200. Now, of course, we have actual pathway to 5 figures. We have a fast track. The document will be released this weekend. And that you put that in front of them. It's visual. They clearly see how it gets there. There's a roadmap. That's what's called a pathway. There's a roadmap to $1,200 in 30 days. Who doesn't want that? And you know what it looks to? If you got somebody really professional in front of you, you know what it looks like? It looks like a professional company. And you start to look like a pro, not an amateur. Tools make you look like a pro. We have amazing tools in this company. Use it. Use it. So, in Opulence, the plan is part 1. And you guys do that well. I mean, every city we go to is loaded with guests. So you guys do that very well. Very well. I'm going to congratulate you for that. Every day, applications are rolling in. Awesome. Obviously, a lot of you guys are doing part 2 as well, too. The plan. and the path. So in our plan is the tour, part 1. And path is pathway to 5 figures. So now we have a new PowerPoint. It's the same old PowerPoint, except part 1 is the plan, which is the tour, which you run right into part 2, which is the path, which is what I just talked about. One PowerPoint. You go to part 1. Now you can get a choice. You can say, okay, I'll do plan, path, then testimonials, finish up on a nice high. You can do that. Or you can say, no, we can do plan, testimonials, right? And then let me show you how you're going to make $1,200 next 30 days. You can close with that if you want. That's a personal decision. But everything happens on night 1. Everything happens on night 1. Because if they don't see the path, they won't get on the highway. They won't get into the game. Because it may be good for you, but they don't know how they're going to do it. And that indecision would lead into no decision. And what did Lea Coco said? More money is lost due to non-decision than bad decision. And this happens in, he was talking about America, but that's true all over the world. All right, so our enemy after the tour then is confusion. What do we do to fight confusion? Well, first of all, we stick to the tools, right? You saw the tour. The tour now will have the pathway. It's there. It's going through. After post-tour, you're excited. You're confident. Put it in the chat. You're excited. You're confident. What's number 3? Put them all in there. Number 1, you're excited. You're telling them why you're doing this, why you're there, right? And you're excited because it will get you to life you want, is what they want. And you're confident because you did it, so they should do it, right? You did it, so they should do it. You're excited, you're confident. And number 3 is you compete like an athlete. You compete like an athlete. It's time to perform. It's time to win for them, to win for you, to win for the team, for the country. It's time to perform. It's no time to go to overtime and sitting there defeated, expecting somebody who's there for the first night to make a decision. They're new. They don't know anything. They're amateurs. You're the pro. You make the decision. You lead the decision. They want you to lead them. They don't have any self-confidence. They need you to give them confidence. They need to know they can follow you because you're the pro. Don't wait for them to make a decision. You lead the decision. Join us. Let's go. It's our country. This is our hood. We're going to bring this out to the whole area. Join the team. Join the team. So, because when people see the path, they get on the road. Not seeing the path, they just delay the decision. They just delay the decision. All right, so that's what I wanted to say. If you guys want to, we got a few minutes here. If you guys want to share your thoughts, if something sat with you, you agree, you disagree, you want to share, put your hand up. Put your hand up. Listen, I want to hear about your pathway fast track numbers. Who's done the 12? Who's at A, who's done the 12? B, who is having a more higher than a 33% close ratio? So even if you didn't do 12, maybe you did 6, right? But you got 3 out of 6. Maybe you did 3, but you got 2 out of 3. How many of you guys are hitting the 33% ratio or higher? That's our pathway. How many of you guys are hitting that? Because I'm talking to a lot of people. I'm talking to a lot of people, and I'm hearing people saying, listen, I had 2 guests that both joined, right? I'm getting a lot of people saying that. But guess what? That's 100% close ratio. That's not a 1/3 or 33% close ratio. People say I had 6 guests, 3 in, 2 on the way. Well, that's a 50% close ratio, 2 in the pipeline. It works. Why? Because people are looking at two things. Number one, what's the business, the plan? Number two is, write in the chat. What's number two? In the chat. Number one is what's the business. Number two is how you do the business, which is the path. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So we could go pass this back up to our fearless hostess tonight.
Yes, thank you, Ramin. So Ronan's hand is up. So Ronan, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, Sarah.
Welcome,
Hi,
welcome to the
CEO
call.
Ramin.
Hi, Ronan.
This was a fantastic topic, presentation, education. Yeah, we tend to forget sometimes what it is that really makes everything eventually tick. And I get the feeling that you're, as always, on top of it, and yeah, and really guiding us. That this is just remarkable to see the development. I'm very keen to see the new PowerPoint, and yeah, I mean, wow, not really much to say. Numbers, I totally have that experience in July, 54% out of 12 presentations, 2 customers, 3 LAs, 1 customer that didn't end up buying. So yeah, that's it, just confirming that those are the numbers.
Well done,
Beautiful.
well done. Go
Thank
ahead,
you for
Ronan.
sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, Ronan. Look, guys, it works. It works because more and more people are coming into our space because they have to. They have to. The only thing is they're looking for what they call, what they perceive to be a good opportunity, and they perceive that good opportunity through you. If you're a pro, it's a good opportunity. If you're not a pro, if you're an amateur, then they're not a good, to them, it's not a good opportunity. They perceive the business through you, right? Use the tools. They're professional. Stay pro.
Absolutely, absolutely. I see Amajid also. Amajid, if you can unmute yourself, please welcome. And I don't see a lot of hands up, but you can bring it. I saw at the beginning, but now there is no, I don't know how they disappeared, but please bring back your hands if you want to talk. Amajid, please welcome to the floor.
Until Amarjit jumps on the floor, Sarah, I have to tell you, you are inspiring all of us, because what you're showing us all is that it doesn't make a difference how difficult the challenge is. As long as you're willing to fight it and to do it and to conquer it, you're always moving forward, and you're doing an amazing job. Just wanted to tell you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's really boosted me, my confidence and my ability to run faster. I really try my best to share it, to distribute, to talk to people, to gain the confidence while the wall hit me back. I said, I couldn't even get into the Zoom, and I'm like, wow, this is not funny. But I'm glad we, and our CEO is here. We have the amazing lesson like usually. Wow, I couldn't even express myself how every night we enjoy it, and we don't, like, I will never even come to my mind that our lesson go away or anything like this, but it's really like, it showed me enjoyment and appreciation the time that Ramin and all the leaders, Ron and Raza and Amajid, Ifrah, Stephanie, all of us, like, and rest of you, like I mentioned all these names because it's easier. I practice more often, but so many leaders are behind the curtain and doing the work so much. So thank you, all of you, and really we inspire one another. And actually, if I mentioned when I was actually, Ramina was recording today to earlier and say, come join with us. And I say, if each of us do a little bit or either some of it, you're not gonna believe where we hit our company and how far we can go. So I do actually believe and have a great faith for that. So please,
well, you know what? I am encouraged. I am encouraged that we got better numbers this week than last week. That means some of you guys woke up, which is great. Everybody should be in this call. Look, Imagine if every one of your team was on this call tonight. Do you think that's beneficial to your CV? Do you think it's
Wow,
beneficial
big
to their
time.
CV, right? So you should be thinking, damn. So after this call, be calling everybody. Say, why weren't you on the call? Why weren't you on the call? Here's a link. Here's a link. Get on the call. Don't miss it. When you guys set the expectation, then your people will move. Remember, people will not do what you want. People will not do even sometimes what you do. People will do what you accept. If you accept for them not to show up, well, they won't show up because people want to do the bare minimum. But if you say that, if they know they don't show up, all of a sudden they're going to disappoint you, guess what? They don't want to disappoint you if they're serious.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important that we tell everybody, what did you miss the call? Here's a link, watch it. We got to talk. This is how we close. If you can go 3x your close ratio, that means your 3x your check. What was more important than that tonight? It's an hour. What was more important than 3xing your check if you're active?
Nothing more than that.
right?
I write it down, all of them here. Actually, nothing more than that. I don't know where the rest of us missing it, but we should be here, all of us. Continue, Raymond.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm done. If there's nobody that wants to share, then do the announcement.
No, there is a couple of hands. Mohammed, I'm gonna let you to the floor. Mohammed, and if you have a question, please join with us and ask the question. Is our great teacher is here, so welcome. Let me allow you to talk.
Is the Ottawa team on?
Ottawa team, actually, I left it private message saying to them, don't watch one YouTube just to join with us. So, Mohammed, are you muted?
Yes, good night. Are you hearing me?
Oh, yes, welcome.
Good night, good night. It was such a blessing to be on here tonight. I've learned so much part, and I thank God because, you know, the CEO was just talking in alignment with what it is I was doing today, because I'd sit down for 3 hours. I had 54 persons that came overall to the tour, right? My name is Arlene Mohammed from Trinidad. And today I sit down and call a lot of the persons who put on the form that in a week time and in a 2 weeks period that they want to get on board. And, you know, as you say, CEO, everybody's different. And, you know, everybody will come in a different time, but you still have to be consistent in calling them and staying in connection with them. Because today, you know, I was writing down, the same thing you say, $1,200 a month, but in my currency, I put where you can help someone, show them where they could do $3,000 a month or $5,000 a month or $2,000 a month, because everybody works at a different pace. So I have to stand to be the leader, you know, in my country, in this company, Opulence Global, as a lifestyle advisor, to show them that it is possible, but you have to start one way and you grow step by step as you be consistent about being consistent over and over again. So I want to thank God so much for you, my CEO, and I want to thank God so much for the senior vice president and how everything that she taught us in the days that she were in the Caribbean. Really hard to call, really hard. She take her time and go in depth for us to understand what we need to do to be successful in this company and how to bring others into the company. So I want to say thank God for her, thank God for you, and to the billion. I'm going to work hard, I'm going to press hard, I'm going to keep calling the persons who came to the meeting, because for them to come to the meeting, which means they had some sort of interest to make a difference in their lives, to build a dynasty, to leave a legacy for their family. So that is what that motivates me. The consistency to build a dynasty, to leave a legacy for my family is what motivates me. You know, and I thank God that this company was able to help me in such a miraculous way, because I have business in Trinidad. All my business was shut down for the whole pandemic season, and my mortgage is in the hundreds of thousands. And I said, Lord God, please make a way for me. And the Pastor Mark in Trinidad came and he told me about this opportunity. And Maria Batiste really helped motivate me to keep pressing forward. And the finance were able to come in for me to pay my mortgage for month upon month upon months because of Opulence
Wow.
Global. So I am going to share that with every single person that I get in contact with to use the products, and you're looking for an opportunity that can bring you financial stability. Opulence Global is it. I am going to make this company proud, and I'm going to make my family proud that I be a part of Opulence Global,
Wow.
and I'm going to take this opportunity to the next level. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for
You're
sharing,
welcome.
Arlene.
With the
I've heard
Renan.
a lot about you, and you know, I'm excited. I'm excited to come to Trinidad and rock that nation one more time. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where is my Dominica? Where's my Dominica, folks? Where's my solutions? Where's my Lucians at?
Welcome, Lucianus. I did not block you, Lucianus, tonight.
Yeah, well, obviously they could be on. We're just there.
Wow.
I'm sure they're
I know
on.
Maria Batista. Go ahead, Ramin.
That's all right. It's all right. Go ahead.
No, I know Maria Ramin, Maria Batista is here. All the team leaders are all of them. They're here, all of them. So if anyone want to say something or congratulate for Ramin Masgarlo, please take the microphone and welcome. Really, there is a lot of love and thank you on the chat. Chat is blowing amazingly tonight, and I'm so heartwarming to see that all the love and hugs and welcome is around the world, everywhere around the world. I couldn't even keep up how many countries that. Wow, look at this, amazing, amazing. I love it. I love it.
Look at Maria go.
I'm so excited. I missed it. I should be here for a long time. Wow, wow.
All right. Let's close the call.
Okay, excellent. I'm ready to close the call. Absolutely. Well, did you like my background, Ramin?
It's awesome. But look at that's our office. That's our other office, right?
Actually, I made it tonight.
Oh, awesome.
I did the homework all the day, so that's good. Welcome.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I want to close the call and say thank you very much for everybody. And I'm gonna share you what is next for upcoming. So the upcoming, it will be I can. The upcoming. So I was actually get banned when I did not. So can you see the screen, guys?
We can. Yes, we can.
Okay, excellent. So that's all opening thing is like when I couldn't find it when I couldn't join. So
you're doing fine.
Yeah. So yes, I closed the window completely. So the 3-4 things I want to share with you. I don't see my yes, if I can go the download, I can.
Usually stuff like this is good on the PowerPoint, and then
yeah, it was on the PowerPoint. It was sitting here, but when we couldn't get on the call, that's I think so when I closed it back. So but I can remember all of it. So the barbecue on the 13th, 10 more days left. Please, let's join the barbecue event. Another thing is our Saturday call. And this is the other area we can actually like, I love it. Like Ifrah said, Sanas told me one time, if we don't connect it and take the courses, all of it, and attended all the Zooms that this presentation is, we will be like telephone without charge. So the other area you can charge is our Saturday call, and you can learn every week. You can learn in different topics. So I never miss since I joined the company. I will never miss Saturday. So please join with the Saturday calls. But when I say join, I want to be different hosts. And one of the different hosts that I will be is you are responsible. All your downline, and even if your upline is not working or is kind of like a little bit relaxed person, shake him up, send it to yourself for the event everything is going on. So share with them and send it to them and do that. And also and the Sunday leadership and cocktail is also the next one. So leadership cocktail, I love it. I love it because those of us who actually did not go through a lot, this is where we can see the grass is not the green only one side. It's actually one time green, one time not green. So you can learn a lot of tips, a lot of how to solve the obstacles, how to, when your grass is green, how to accelerate your grass is green and put more water and more things. So amazing. That's where we can learn. Let's connect it. Saturday call, Sunday call. This is the two coming, and also barbecue. So this is how I did. I couldn't find the PowerPoint, but I'm actually personally say thank you very much, all of you. Thank you for joining with us, and let's keep up the good job for all of us.
All right. Good night, everybody, and stay forensic.
Excellent. Thank you, Ramin. Thank you very much. I really appreciate.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you, all of you.